Oh, we're live now. I'm so sorry, you guys. We've been just chatting away. I've been answering questions and we were not live. So I apologize. And I apologize. We're 7 minutes late. I'm so sorry. Let me start over. So welcome. And
well, that was weird.
I'm so sorry about that. All of a sudden, Adam's like, I don't think we're live. I don't think anyone's there. So sorry about that. I must not have hit a button that I thought I did or something. So I was just saying that.
Do you want to go? Well, okay, whatever you want to do.
What?
Do you want to do this question, I guess, and then we'll go back?
Oh, no, we don't have to go back. I can just tell them what we've done so far, okay, so that we don't have to like,
Bye.
Yeah. So the first, remind me though, the first question, Adam.
The first question was from the chat. How do you see the final decision? Oh, here.
Okay, yes.
The immunity, presidential immunity working
the
out.
Immunity thing I got that it's a no. He's not going to get it, but I got the give him the old razzle dazzle. So I was saying that it's like a show. It's a fake out. It's a show. And then Adam popped in and said, I think that's true because I can't remember what you said, Adam. What did you say? It was true because why?
Oh,
Adam.
Oh, now I got to remember. Because, I think it was the New York Times. There was a headline that basically said the Trump team have already won because the purpose of this was really to just push off, this trial until after November so that it's not part of the election. Yeah, so they've already achieved their goal. So the rest of it's just kind of kabuki theater. They're just going through the motions. There was never any chance of Trump actually being found to be immune. Okay. Although I was just listening to the actual hearing, and people were annoyed in the chat by it, some of them. And I was getting annoyed driving, listening to it too, because the Trump team's argument is basically, if it's an official act, then it's immune. It should be immune. And what's an official act is setting up a fake set of electors in Arizona. An official act, yes, that's totally an official act. So it could be immune. So yeah.
Yeah. So no, it's not going to happen. But I did get that it's a show. It's for show. It's not for anything but just, which is annoying, right? Because we're, that's our Supreme Court supposedly putting on a show, but to help somebody, but that's a criminal, but okay, and then the next question was, will Trump have a stroke or some real health event? And I had said I've always seen something happening in the summertime. And what I felt like when I was asking my guys just now was I felt like it would be something either with the heart or breathing, because it just felt like it was the chest. But they also were saying, said the words presidential pardon. And so the only thing I can think, and you guys can speculate too, because it's a matter of just, interpreting what I'm getting. But I felt like it could be something like he would try to use it as leverage just to get a pardon. Because I didn't think it was a death. I just felt like it maybe, but it did feel like the canary in the coal mine, like the first thing to happen. Because I feel like there'll be another episode or two. And so that's what I was getting. So that's that one. And then what else did you guys miss?
No, that was it. That was everything that they've missed. Okay. So now we're all caught up.
Okay, good. All right. So sorry about that, you guys. And if you're new, it's a very professional and well-run show. But I name check at the end. So I will say your name and I will say goodbye and all that stuff at the end. So if you stick around, that's what will happen. All right. Yes, we know what a professional show this is. Are Trump's lawyers exhausted by his shenanigans? BS and general propensity to crap and walk off, leaving them to pick up the elephant keepers. Okay, like elephant keepers. Oh gosh, that's true. And in so many ways, right? So many ways. So one second, let me just check about this. Let me see. Lawyers exhausted. So you may see somebody else leave or get fired, because I just saw somebody walking away. So I guess the answer is yes, and that somebody may be leaving the team. I don't know which case, right? There's so many, but I feel like he's like a main player, and it's a man. Yeah, that's all I got. But yeah, it seems like they are getting very fed up, and I just heard reputation. So they're worried about their reputations being like completely destroyed through this, which they probably should have guessed that before they got into this. You know, if his other lawyers are, I mean, half of them are defendants and the other half are witnesses, and you know, so yeah. Why is Alina Habba cooking, adding celery, talking food? Is this going to be the basis of her Fox or OnlyFans? Is she talking about cooking? I don't know about this.
So to explain, yeah, there's been a few videos, Midas Touch has highlighted them, with her like just in the kitchen. One day she's just like cutting celery, incredibly badly, by the way. I'm like, she's never done it before, explaining how she loves celery and carrots, and then I guess because Midas Touch called her out, like, what are you doing? Why are you not defending Trump? Why are you like just in the kitchen making, you know, cutting celery? She had a go at them about that then as well. So it's just like, what is happening with Alina Habba, I guess. Like, is she the case, or yeah, whatever.
All right. Okay, got it. It's why do they always do this? It's her image. They feel like she needs a softer image, a more warmer image. They feel like she's too like icy and cold. And I do feel like it is kind of a run up to some kind of career shift. But I feel like she has like a new publicist or a new somebody that is trying to make her seem more appealing. She's not appealing. Seem more approachable, likable, softer. You know, and of course, because they have no imagination at all, they have to just stick women in the kitchen. That's the thing to do. But it's so typical. You know, of course that's it. Of course it is. But that's what I got. I'm sure it will work. Manly. They think her her reputation is too masculine, so they're trying to make her more womanly. That's what they think. Whoever they are, hit her people, or whoever is going to be doing her show or whatever. So yeah. We know Trump is sleeping in court, but is he also farting? People say he is. Will there be a big blowout at some point? Okay, so I feel really bad asking my guides this question. They're probably like, could you move on to the next question, please? This is not what we're supposed to be for. Okay. He's actually very concerned about this, and like the people that know him well, whether it be family or I feel like it's people that have been loyal for a long time, are very worried about this. It's a thing. It's a real thing, and it's also an issue, like a health issue. It's a problem. So he is very worried about it, and his people, at least the people that actually do pretend to care about him or worry about, whatever. They're it's concerning. It's a worry. Day after day after day being in there. They're afraid. This is exactly what they're afraid of, is something major happening that they can't back up from. And you know what? Somebody was upset because we had mentioned adult diapers and stuff with him, and it's not, it's not that when you get to a certain age, some people are incontinent. It's not about that. It's about the image, this image, and why it's important to pull apart this image that he's made, this idea that he's Superman and he's in a superhero cape and he's got got a six-pack. It's pulling apart the image. That's why this kind of stuff is important. It's not that he farts. It's not that. Thank you, Anita Pace. It's not that. It's the image that he has portrayed and that they built about him, that he's like Kim Jong-un, same thing, that he doesn't even go to the bathroom because he's like a deity. So it's important to pull apart these, to put forth these things, not because they're hilarious, not because of that, but to pull apart the image, because of this image that keeps people fans and, his supporters and stuff. And so that's what it's about. For me, that's why it's worth talking about. Why is melanoma in court with Trump? Lawrence O'Donnell pointed out that Jeffrey Dahmer had more family support and he was a cannibal. I love that. Less likable than Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh my gosh. Okay. I got like it's something to the effect of it's not in her contract. It's not part of the deal. They have literally written out the things she has to be out there for, and this is not one of them, so she's not going. And I feel like the siblings trade off, like the sons trade off. But the other ones, they're embarrassed, rightly so, and they don't want their own. That's the thing, right? He's a selfish man who's raised a bunch of selfish kids, and so they think about themselves. They think about their own. They're thinking about their own image and how it may affect them, and so they're not thinking about like, oh, they love their dad and they want to be there for him, and who cares? No, they want to make sure it doesn't affect their future business or the ability to make money or whatever. Yeah, so there you go. That's why it's not in her contract. How are Trump's children handling seeing their dad being labeled Don Snorleon, the nod father, sleepy time Trump, odor in the cars? I've missed all these. That's funny. I heard Al Capone. I did hear that one. Okay. I feel like the sons are a little bit in denial. I feel like they're kind of like, they've always seen his dad at the bottom of the pile, and he tends to, find a way to float up. He find a way to, come up to the top. He doesn't, they've never seen his demise. They've never seen his ending. So they're not recognizing it as that. So they're a little bit in denial, I would say. I feel like Ivanka knows this is it, and she doesn't want it to touch her like she does. She wants to be completely separate from it. As well as Jared. I mean, of course, you'd expect that from them, but they seem a little more understanding of what's happening and what all of this means. But the boys seem to be kind of in denial. It's weird because going through his family, it seems like the two boys probably, I wouldn't say they love him, but I feel like they like him the best, or like they want his approval, probably that kind of thing. But with the other members of the family, it seems like embarrassment, get away from me, get me away from him. I don't want to be associated with him. It's very cold. I think we all know why, but that's really sad when you think about it. Yeah. So that's what I got. Does Melania know Trump slept with Karen McDougal and Stormy Daniels? I imagine it's embarrassing having it public, but is she in the know about who he is? Yeah, she knows. How do I say this? For entertainment purposes only, they've had like more than two people in the bedroom things. She knows. So she, it feels like for her from the very beginning, the marriage was a very like a contract. It made her feel secure. I feel like before that she was kind of free floating and not really, and it really like scared her. And so when she found him, it's kind of like a financial security blanket. And I feel like that's just like holding on. So, but yeah, she knows. She definitely knows. For entertainment purposes only, she knows. Students at various universities have been holding strong protests. Will these have any positive effects on the events in Gaza? Okay. I feel like it will. I feel like it is. Actually, I always feel like there's a lot of like talking and conversations going on behind the scenes, trying to get the situation to be different, trying to get the players to do something different. And I feel like it's going to continue. They're not going to stop talking about this and trying. It reminds me a little bit of whenever I look at like prisoners in Russia, and I always feel like the conversations are just ongoing. They don't stop. They're just happening. Even though with us, we're like, oh, they're not doing anything, or why are they still in Russia or whatever. It just feels like action behind the scenes. But out here, it just feels like they're not doing anything, or nothing's changing, or why are they still, supporting this or whatever. But behind the scenes, it really does feel like there's a lot of talking and a lot of trying to persuade and some deal making and things like that. So I think it will take time, unfortunately, but I feel like they're not going to stop trying. Yeah. And I feel like they're very disgusted with Netanyahu, to be honest. I don't want to, upset anyone in that, supporting him or supporting Israel, but I do feel like they're very upset with him and very tiring of him and getting very tired of him. Tired of dealing with him. Laura Trump has talked about her 81 state strategy. Poor dear. They are intending on putting operatives physically into polling places, perhaps to intimidate and challenge. Do you foresee chaos in November? So around this, I don't actually, and I feel like the reason might be that these people that would be going to polling places stuff, they really do believe that Democrats cheated and that Trump won. So they're not going there to mess stuff up or anything. They're really going there to watch. So I feel like the Trump team may be trying to get them to do one thing, but they're going to do another. It's kind of like these recounts we saw in some of these states. And I think that the Trump people thought, oh, they'll play the game and they'll give us they'll lie and they'll say that we won the state, but they didn't. They just counted. In some states, Biden got even more votes and they reported it. So I feel like they feel like some of these people are in on the game when they're really not. They really do believe him. So that's what I feel. I feel like it's not, they may be trying to do that, but I don't think it's going to end up that way. I really feel like they're just going to go and watch. And yeah. So that's what I'm getting. Putin's plans for Ukraine suddenly look a lot less optimistic. And aid being granted. Yes. And in fact, at the last Thursday Night Live, that question came up. And I remember my guide said, there's going to be a deal. And I was like, I don't know how, but there's some kind of deal. Something's going to happen. They're going to get it through. But I was so happy to see that. So happy to see that. Can Putin accept he's already lost the long war? Well, he was furious. I know that for a fact. He was absolutely furious. Threats to the West. So he's going to make threats to the West. He's going to start threatening the West, trying to intimidate, basically. Coalition. He's going to try to get a coalition together to help get Trump in. It's not going to work. It's not going to happen. It's not going to. They're showing almost like fortresses. And to me, I think this is things online and ways that they tried to infiltrate in 2016. It's like they're wise to everything now. It's not going to work. And they don't have new ideas. It's like this is going to be the same stuff, but the walls are up. The fortresses have been built. So it's not gonna work. I mean, the first time, right? It was that the Trojan horse, right? We were completely fooled, but this time it's like, no, well, we saw that horse before. We're not gonna fall for it twice. And he doesn't. They're saying like he's run out of money. He doesn't have really any money he doesn't have the kind of money he once did to splash out on people to get them to do his bidding. He's running out of funds or out of money. I don't think personal money, mind you, but I think Russian money. He's running out, or it's like they're showing like it's leaking. It's he can't hold on to the Russian money, so he doesn't have really the funds either to get a new game going. So he's in a corner. He's definitely in a corner. But I feel like he's scheming and plotting and trying to, but none of this stuff is nothing is on his side anymore. It's like the element of surprise is not on his side. The people don't want to be they kind of want to back away from him. So he doesn't have countries that maybe would have been in with him at one point. They don't want to be part of it. So he just doesn't have any of the things he needs. And I feel like again, denial comes to mind, because I think he still is scheming and plotting, but it's not going to be there. It's not going to work. I'm not saying he won't do jerky things. I'm sure he will. But but what he really wants to do isn't going to work. I'm drinking tea in England. Cheers. It's 11:35 here, so it's late. Do you have any insight into what woke MAGA Mike Johnson up to the dangers facing Ukraine? Sure. Let's see. I feel like there are, I want to say Republicans. I think it's Republicans. It doesn't feel like Democrats told him they would not save him. And I feel like, and I'm getting chills with that. So somebody said, we will not save you. I also feel like there's something else he would like later or down the road, or something that they're like, it's dead in the water. So I think it was a couple of things. Let me see. There's also I feel like they said this and did this after a particular briefing or something, where it was like, listen, this is what's happening. And it was very, had something to do with China, but it was very like illuminating to him. Whatever this was, I feel like it was secret, and it was information, and I'm hearing spies. So I feel like it was information we got somehow, and it's something about China. I can't put my finger on this, but he also there was some kind of briefing that made these Republicans say, listen, this is what's going to happen. da, 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 da. So I feel like it was a combination of that. Thank you, Lizzie Bits. So yeah, so that's what, yeah. So I'm getting, I hope that made sense. I feel like dizzy a little bit with that one for some reason. Ooh. Do you guys have any sense of whether and when hostilities in the Middle East might calm down? Things have been so crazy since the Hamas surprise attack in October. Yeah. Wasn't it September or was it October? It was October, right? Yeah, it was. Okay. It's so interesting because I feel like there's a deal reached after Netanyahu's gone. Um, I don't think he's going to be there that much longer. Um, I've never felt like he would be there that long. I mean, that long could be, a year or 2 years, but it just felt like he wouldn't be very much longer. Um, and it does feel like, thank you, Jamie Johnson. It does feel like when he goes, there's a deal of some kind, like a peace deal or some kind of deal that's struck. It's so similar to like Ukraine. It's kind of like when Putin's gone, everything calms down and there's a deal, kind of a agreement reached. It's these people, and I think that one of the big lessons for us is demand better leaders, choose better leaders, demand better leaders, because these are just two men, right? Two men, and demand more of ourselves, right? To be involved and to get involved, and so yeah. Anyway, that's what I got with that. How is Kate, Princess of Wales, doing? Catherine, Princess of Wales. So, thank you, Ruth. I feel like they maybe have had to like pause treatments a couple times or pause something. I feel like her weight is an issue, like her weight plummeting, or it could be like cells plummeting or something plummets, and then it's like let's wait. So I feel like it's kind of a slow process, but I feel like she's doing pretty well. I feel like it's just kind of like a stop and start because of her. Yeah, I'm getting chills with that. So like her weight plummeting, or like how they do like white blood cells, or something's plummeting, and so they have to kind of pause. And so I feel like it's a slow process, but it's moving along. And I feel like she'll be okay. I feel like I feel like she'll be all right. Yeah. So that's what I got. Kim, can you go over the immunity decision as SCOTUS again? A lot of people missed it. Sure. So what I got was that they will not find in Trump's favor. I got what my guides have given me before in other readings, that give them the old razzle dazzle from Chicago, meaning that this is a show. This isn't really for anything other than it's a facade that they're even doing this. It's like Adam was saying earlier. It's to Trump's team, I guess, in an article said he'd already won because they're giving him time, basically, by doing this. And my guides are in their own way saying, yes, that's right. This is just a show. It's just a facade. It's fake. So it's all pretending. No, they're not going to find he's immune from. At least that's what I'm getting. That he's not going to be found immune. That he has immunity to start a coup. I don't think they'll do that. Not with a Democrat in office. They might have done that with a Republican in office, not with a Democrat in office. They're not going to do that. Will Americans be safe abroad now and in the future, given the very public U.S. support of Israel, while there is such devastation being caused in Gaza? Okay. Yeah. I feel like we could start. I feel like it's not a something set in stone, because I feel like if it kind of depends on how long this goes on. As people grow more desperate to end this or to stop it, you might see kidnappings or things like that. But it doesn't feel like it's now, or it's going to be happening right now. It feels like but it seems like down the road it's a possibility. That's what it feels like. So yeah. Okay, in London, Kim's neck of the woods. Yep, there were horses running wild around the streets during rush hour. Eerie images. Is there a broader meaning to it?
Did you see that story?
No.
So you've avoided all media, not just US
Yeah,
media.
yeah, I have. I really have. Yeah. I haven't avoided all media. Just, well, I guess media news. Yeah, I guess I have.
So 5 or 7 horses ran off. 4 soldiers were thrown off the horses. No life threatening for the soldiers. And then the horses, minus their riders, ran through the main streets of London, hitting vehicles, stunning commuters as they headed to work. The horses were eventually captured. So weird, though, the images.
The horses of the apocalypse. Is that what people are saying?
Well, yeah, one of them. It's like the horse is kind of bloodied up. It's a white horse. It's so strange.
Horses, how scary!
You should definitely check out the AP for it, apnews.com.
It's weird. I'm hearing like screeching and honking and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if they got, and then like a chain reaction. So I'm wondering if one got like spooked or upset, and then it kind of made the other ones as well. I feel like it was an accident. I feel like it was just a weird thing that happened. But I keep hearing like specific sounds, and so I think it must be that they heard specific things that maybe they hadn't heard before, or they weren't used to, but I feel like it was like a chain reaction, like they set each other off in some way. At least that's the way it's coming across. But no, I don't feel like it was the horses of the apocalypse or anything like that. It just feels like it was just a weird accident, but it was because the horses were like upset by something or spooked by something that was either not something they were used to or not something they heard before or something like that. And it was, to me, it was one and then all the other ones. So that's how it's seeming to me anyway.
I don't know, Kim. I mean, earthquakes, the eclipse, 4 horses running around London.
It all seems very weird. I'll give you that.
The GOP with their cave troll, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Trump farting in court. It's all making sense.
Odor in the court.
Odor in the court. It all makes sense. Yeah, Lisa Foster, it could be an energy thing. It could be like them kind of, that just, yeah, it could be. Yeah, but it just felt like a chain reaction. Oh, someone said it was construction site noise. Okay, so that would make sense. So, okay. Good. Or bad. Do you see a recession in the US later this year or next year, or did we manage a soft landing? haven't really seen a recession, to be honest. I feel like there's going to be some like industries that have slumps. Like it'll kind of like, so we might have like some layoffs and things like that. Like it seems like there's something that it's like a slump, but then even that comes back. So it doesn't feel like anything like catastrophic. It just feels like kind of regular economic stuff happening. It doesn't, to me, it does not feel like a recession or a depression or anything like that. It doesn't feel like widespread like that. But it feels like certain industries might dip in some way. So that's what I got. So I guess the answer is yes. I think we did manage a soft landing. Is it possible the race will actually come down to the battle of the vice presidents? Okay. It's so funny. I was waking up the other day and I all of a sudden got that some of Trump's people want him to pick Rick Scott, and he does not want to. He does not like him. He doesn't like him at all. They just not like that guy for, he's just like, I don't like him. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. I feel like Trump would rather, because I feel like they're kind of like it needs to be a minority or a woman. Of course it does. So I feel like he'd rather have a woman, and they want him to pick Rick Scott. And he's like, I don't like him. I don't want to. So anyway, it's kind of funny to come up just out of nowhere. Okay. Other race will actually come down to the battle of the vice presidents. Yeah, I don't think I'd put it like that. I feel like they do have a bigger role to play because of the ages of the men. I actually feel like there's going to be some, I think I've said this before, I feel like there's going to be some stuff happening between now and the election that's going to just make things more clear or something. But it does feel like they have a more prominent place than in other elections, but it doesn't feel like people are voting for the vice president. It doesn't feel like that. They're not so, over the top, important that it doesn't feel like that. Okay, Adam said we're done. We are done. So I was going to do a fundraiser tonight, but I didn't get the information soon enough. So 2 weeks from tonight, I'll be home, and it'll be a fundraiser. It's going to be for the animals in Ukraine. So be sure to come, and we'll do that then. I mean, you can give to the animals if you're right now, but I'm just letting you know that it is going to be a fundraiser. We're going to do it in 2 weeks, and I'll be home. So it'll be good. But I didn't get the information from the person who suggested it soon enough. So we'll do that in a couple weeks. Okay. Thank you, Adam. I will see you on Saturday. Don't forget to pick me up.
I might do.
No.
I might forget.
Don't forget to pick me up.
All
Please
right.
don't.
I'll try not to.
Find an Uber on a Saturday.
Sheila said no last question. I did see one.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. So I'll just argue. Will Mark Meadows end up in jail?
Ooh, that's a great question.
And that's the last question, guys. Bye.
I don't think so, but I feel like he is absolutely hated by like MAGA, the right wing. I feel like, so I think he's just going to turn. Yeah. There is the season. Turn. He's going to turn every chance he gets to save his own skin. And that's that's the story of Mark Meadows. That is Mark Meadows. So thanks you everybody so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. I think I will see you Sunday. I'm going to see how my jet lag is on Sunday, but for now I plan to do it. And so I will say goodnight to all of you guys. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming and showing up at a weird time. And thanks for kind of sticking with us through this weird period where I had to come at 3 o'clock rather than 6 o'clock. So, all right. So, Kimmy G, Elizabeth Fuller, thank you so much. Cynthia Pierce, Jan Burke, Smiling Heart, Lisa Sather, Jasmine, and who else we got? Jasmine. Oh gosh, now my thing is all. 1 second. Now I've missed everybody. Oh, and thank you, Elizabeth Fuller. Did I thank you? I don't know if I did. Cynthia Pierce, Amber, Smiling Heart, Jasmine, Carol Michael, Lisa Foster, Spirit Made Me Do It, from Marcy. Thank you. Ann Rudd, Linda Sherrill, Pam Cakes, Anita Pace, Sharon Donnelly, Craig Dixon. Bye, Clara. Bye, Craig. Breda Stinger, Pauline Anderson, Irene A. Aisha, thank you so much. Deedly D. Yes, it is. Kat M. Carol Lamb, thanks so much. J. Dart Diva. Mountain Shine, Sheila Crabtree, Sparky, Dr. Nancy Living Co-Creatively, thank you so much. Linda Sherrill, Pomalee Stevens, Mother of Three Gotcha, Gigi by the Sea, Ms. Beach Boxer, Joe G, Kelly S, thank you, Kelly, Mystic Next Door. And thank you guys for jumping in and greeting and doing being the rock stars that you are. I really appreciate it. Adam can't do everything, but he tries. Paulette Riddle, Cheryl Nash McIsaac, Sonia Z, Jan Berg, May K, David Markham, thank you. Oh, Mackham, thank you. Obsidian Iris, Prince Charming's mom, Sonia Z, Cosmic Toga Party, Sheila Crabtree. I think I got everybody. Mother Three Gotcha. All right, everybody, take care and have a great weekend. And I will hopefully see you Sunday. If not, I'll see you the following Sunday. And I'll definitely see you 2 weeks for the next Thursday Night Live. Thanks so much, everybody. Oh, Margaret Gongora. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. Bye.